the Chase Thomas Podcast, for people who have nothing but time to kill.
You, because my cousin Sam, shout out to cousin Sam in here on this very show. You've met cousin Sam.
Of course.
Big Florida State fan, obviously. I had to rain on his parade a little bit, where I saw DJU commits to transfer to Florida State. Cam Ward commits to the NFL in a 7-second hilarious just I'm going to the NFL, bye video that was fantastic because players don't do that anymore. Everything is so over the top, and Haynes Fawcett does design
felt
stuff.
Like the old school high school basketball recruiting where it's like this guy's down in Kentucky, North Carolina, and he might go to the NBA.
Yeah. And we respect it. So shout out to Cam Ward. Good luck to him at the NFL level. He was fun to watch in college. But my immediate reaction was like, oh, Florida State's going to be next year because you're losing Keon Coleman, losing Wilson, losing Benson. And DJU, you and I talked about it. He wasn't good. It wasn't like he got significantly better going to Oregon State. The team was just better. They asked him to do less. He was still completing like 50% of his passes. We watched the games. Oregon State just ran the ball really well. They didn't ask DJ to do a whole lot. I don't think this is a great fit. I'm not sure you could sell me on Brock Glenn with a full offseason as QB1 that he can't be better. Are you sure you can't do something better in the portal? Was Will Howard not willing? Like Caden Salter is now out there.
Will Howard's looking at like Ohio State these days.
Right. So but I'm just saying, like, if you're Florida State, I didn't understand like the reaction from a lot of folks who are like, they get their bridge. And that was my cousin Sam. I didn't want to ran his parade because he's like, bridge guy will be fine. ACC 10-2, 11-1. I'm like, I don't know.
This is their Phillip Rivers to the Colts?
I just don't think it's going to go like that. Do you agree, Macri? I don't think it's going to be great. I think this is going to be very frustrating for a lot of Florida State fans next year.
I'm not. I mean, I guess he gives you a higher floor in terms of not knowing. Because I don't even Brock Glenn. I'm not. It's hard to know. It's hard to know after watching him play against Georgia what exactly he has. But made a couple nice deep throws, but I don't know. DJU, I don't think this Florida State roster is in a position where it's like, let's get a guy that can like manage the game. That's just like a solid, he can make some plays here and there. Like I think they kind of need a difference maker at quarterback. Like Jordan Travis was like low key, like most of their offense. Like they had obviously a good running game this year, but I mean,
but he was in the Heisman conversation.
Ran around, made plays. Yeah, it's like he kind of
DJU's not going to be in the Heisman conversation next year.
And I don't know. He has games where he's like a workhorse back, and he's just like getting tough yards. But then you have other games, and I don't know. He just seems like he doesn't want to get hit. So I don't know. DJU, it's hard to be too high on that, but I mean, I guess. I don't know. That's why I think Florida State fans are so frustrated because Georgia fans, you might see the articles. It's like, oh, Georgia would be favored against all these playoff teams on a neutral field or something. But we're like, we didn't do it this year. Florida State fans are like, this was it. This was the perfect storm. Everything came together for us to go undefeated this year. And now it's all going to fall apart next year. And like, there's no chance this team is undefeated type college. They might be college football playoff contender because they might have a couple losses and still be able to get in a 12-team playoff. But I think this really felt like their shot this year. And DJU, I don't know. It feels like that just feels like an 8-4, 9-4 type of season.
Yeah, and after the kind of year you just had, and then to get left out, and then the first year of the 12-team playoff, you're looking at like an 8-4, 9-3 type. I don't know. I just would be very disappointed if I'm a Florida State fan because I think you could have done better. And I think Cam Ward would have been huge for them. And it's just kind of a bummer. I'd be like, man, we could have kept this thing rolling because you got a very talented Kremenchuk, I think is his name, Luke Kremenchuk. He's in the top 10 of this class of quarterbacks. So you can let him sit for a year. If you have Cam Ward, you feel good, then you just plug and play with him. And you just keep this thing.
Go. Nicely done, nephew. The Chase Thomas Podcast. Hell yeah.